Hey guys, it's your favorite Dinobot here, and today we're going to talk about Shimu. Now, with Godzilla and Kong the New Empire coming out, and with their prequel comic, I think it is pretty much time I did address Shimu and one theory I may have for him. Shimu is an ancient Titan, the very first Titan, with the powers and abilities of cryomancy. Apparently, that's what I've heard of, apparently. But again, I do think it is pretty right that he should have some type of ice powers. And with those ice powers, was he the one that froze King Ghidorah? When did it happen? And if the results of it were a clash with the other kaiju, why did that happen as well? So here's really what my theory is about this, on how not only did King Ghidorah get frozen in ice, but how did Shimu end up in the control of the Scar King? How did this cause the Great Titan War? So without further ado, let's begin. We pick up around the late, I would have to say, Cretaceous period. It's just about the end of the dinosaurs, and King Ghidorah crashes on Earth. This alerts every Titan, including the All-Father himself. Now, at first, the All-Father doesn't get involved, as he thinks his children could easily handle it. But little did he know that King Ghidorah was just built extremely different. So, day by day would go by, and King Ghidorah would cement himself as an Alpha Titan. He beats Methuselah, Behemoth, Atmulak, Tiamat, all these other kaiju. He just starts beating them down. He whoops them out. Even Rodan in the past is no match for him. And it comes down to him and Godzilla. The fight is epic. The fight is, powerful. It shakes the entire world. But it's not enough. And King Ghidorah defeats Godzilla, cementing himself as an Alpha Titan. Now, where does this go? Why is this such a problem? Because again, King Ghidorah is an invading species. He's the devil from above. And this is when I think a Titan would have no choice but to go and find the All-Father. And we'll say it's Skeela for, let's just say, relativistic sake or recognizable states, all right? We'll have a recognizable Titan go ahead and do it. So Skeela goes and she swims out into the open sea. We actually see other Titans like Titanus Nikika, Titanus Tiamat, and maybe even some Amalaks and Krakens, duking get out, ripping each other apart, eating each other. It's probably 10 times more vicious than the Cretaceous Sea. Skeela makes her way to this island. Let's say it's lush, it's greenery, it's absolutely amazing. But Tiamat doesn't realize that she was being followed the entire time. And this is where I would also have the Kongs inhabit this island as well. As Skeela makes her way to the island, Ghidorah lands solidly on the island. Sorry, not on the island, on the continent. And Ghidorah makes his presence known as he senses one more Alpha Titan. And that would be the All-Father himself, Shimu. Now, before that even happens, I think that King Ghidorah would have to fight maybe more kaiju. Let's say we get a Destroy All Monsters battle to hype up King Ghidorah even more. We could say that it's Titanus Skeela, Sekhmet, Titanus Tiamat, Titanus Quetzalcoatl, Baphomet, Abaddon, Mokoli Mbembe, and the G-Man himself, all right? We basically get a Destroy All Monsters manga-type adaptation here, where King Ghidorah is thrashing them and is absolutely just decimating them. However, their teamwork makes them last a lot longer. We actually see Godzilla able to tackle and push down King Ghidorah, and Sekhmet coming in with a dive bomb, nailing King Ghidorah in its left or his right head. We see Titanus Bunyip grab King Ghidorah and he slams him into the ground. And Titanus Typhon could have a sonic roar ability to disable King Ghidorah. We could even probably see even Poison Breath. I actually think these artworks are somewhat accurate. I think Baphomet could have a Poison Breath, and Abaddon could have a Crimson Lightning Blast or something like that. We could even see Mokoli Mbembe in the near future maybe shoot scalding hot water All right. And that combined with Godzilla's atomic breath, they're able to keep Ghidorah off balance. However, it does not last for long, as King Ghidorah releases the charged electricity within his body in an AoE attack, taking out Sekhmet, taking out Quetzalcoatl, Mokoli and Bembe. He takes them all out in a AoE type of attack. As a matter of fact, we can even say, since he stored up this electricity, it comes out as a bit of a shockwave, if you will. You know, kind of like an omnidirectional blast like Blackout did in the first Transformers movie. Yeah, something like that. And King Ghidorah thinks he's won it. He thinks he has it all. He's won the battle. Except he is actually challenged by the All-Father himself. Shimu stands tall as the other Titans look in, I guess you could say, a hopeful glee. Because remember, these guys do have emotions. And a titanic battle of unrivaled proportions ensues. Now you might say, legendary, why is King Ghidorah so powerful? Now remember, King Ghidorah will be in his prime at the time. Not aged out or, a bit older like he was in the Monsterverse. This is a King Ghidorah and Godzilla in their prime. To which I would say they're a bit stronger. Or you could probably say a bit weaker. I mean, Godzilla in his prime did tank the permanent extinction, which is a multi-continental feat. So, have at it. But anyway, back to this here. I think Shimu and Ghidorah would basically have such a clash that it actually causes the Ice Age a bit earlier. Now, we do know that, Shimu is able to cause the Ice Age in a clash with the other Titans. But let's say it happens a bit earlier. It maybe is not as bad as the original one, but in this one it is. And King Ghidorah manages to get the upper hand for a short while until Shimu unleashes a cold blast so powerful that the other Titans have to make their way out of the area, out of the entire continent when it hits. And this actually not only freezes King Ghidorah, but it creates Antarctica itself. It freezes the entire continent, destroying the rock, the rubble, everything, turning the entire continent into this solid, this monstrous block of ice. And that would be King Ghidorah's prison for millions and millions of years. However, Shimu will be so weakened that the Scar King and his people are able to not only capture him, but using some sort of telepathic power, the Scar King is able to control the first Titan. And no one would know where Shimu is for millions of years, as the Scar King perfects his control over him to the point where Shimu is unable to fight back. Remember, Shimu's in a weakened state, but once Shimu is under his control, the Scar King nurses him back to his full, untapped power. And then the Great Titan War begins in the Pleistocene era. And as a result, Godzilla is able to rally the other kaiju behind him and the rest of his species. And they're able to basically beat back these Kongs. And during a fight with Shimu, they cause the Ice Age, basically giving the world what it has today. The Titans, now harmed, hurt, and broken by what their All-Father did, no longer trust each other. They go into their separate ways. They submit to Godzilla. But in all honesty, I think that's how it would have went down. And in all honesty, I actually would love to see a prequel story if Shimu was the one that froze Ghidorah. Because in my opinion, I think he did. But I think it was in a titanic and epic clash and I think it would have had every other kaiju involved in it. But hey, let me know what you guys think down below. Did you guys think Ghidorah was frozen by Shimu? Or did the Godzilla species trap him in ice? Let me know what you guys think down below. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Peace.